Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford, Salina, Kansas for your Maverick Monday video. Of course, your place to find all news information for Ford vehicles right here. But we are talking Maverick Monday today, and had a recommendation for a video from somebody, and they said, you know, it'd be really nice knowing how the technology works on a hybrid, of when the hybrid motor's working, when the engine's running, and how that all works. So I thought, let's go ahead and do this today. We have one lone Maverick here. Happens to be a 2023 that came in really late and someone did not take. That is a hybrid Lariat here that we're in, and we're going to go ahead and drive this and kind of show you some. I have some GoPros set up here for you. So hopefully this will come out okay for you. So hopefully if you guys do like these Maverick Monday videos, you smash that like button and you subscribe with notification bell turned on. And so we're going to go get started here. And so before we get moving and on the road, let's talk a little bit about the different technologies and what's incorporated into a hybrid Maverick. And most hybrids in general work this same way. So there are about 5 components that kind of work together to make it a very fuel efficient vehicle. You do have your traction motor, your electric motor, as you might say, and that's a 94 kilowatt electric motor that tries to power the vehicle as much as it can, or at least be utilized for all your electric power, so you're not using gas to power those things. And so that's going to work along with your 1.1 kilowatt lithium-ion battery. So lithium-ion is really more of a storage for that energy to be used by that traction motor, and the traction motor is also sometimes used as a generator to go ahead and put some power into that. So I'm going to put my phone on silent here. Those kind of work together right there. Of course, you do have also your regenerative braking that helps. So regenerative braking is as you stop or slow down, use the brake, it's going to regenerate and use that traction motor to be a generator to store that energy into that lithium-ion battery to be used when it needs to. So you're going to find there's going to be times at a stop where it's going to shut off and sound like it's really quiet. Or when you first turn it on, you don't realize you have the vehicle turned on and it is starting. So you want to make sure you know those indicators. So on the screen here, you can see that ready and light up in green. Our vehicle is on and that is running. And also on your screen in the apps, you do actually have a power flow, I think is what it's called. And on there you can see if the battery is being utilized or if the engine is on, which is kind of cool feature to have. You don't need it on all the time, but at the beginning you might like to look at it to see, hey, when's the motor being, or when's the engine being used and when it's not. Now also part of that component, the hybrid, is the gas version. So your gas engine, it's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder Atkins cycle engine, and of course the transmission with this is the electronically controlled continuously variable transmission. That's no shifting involved there, so you're not going to feel it shift like a regular gas motor. It's going to be smooth and shifting, and it's going to be the controller that you use is going to be able to control when the gas motor is being used and when the hybrid when the hybrid engine is being used versus the motor is being used. And where you're going to find most of the time is the traction motor could be used if you want to pull away from a stop very slowly. It could be, the engine could never be engaged. I don't recommend that. The best way I like to explain on this is that gas motor is there to help power the vehicle and to help charge up that lithium-ion battery if it gets low. So we're sitting here right now for quite a while now. AC's blowing, it's 100 degrees outside. You know that AC's going. Eventually that electric motor is going to run out of energy and it's going to need more energy. Well, that's where the gas motor comes into play for this, powers up that so that it can be then shut off when it needs to and be running that way. So we're going to get on going right now. In fact, I think that's what's running right now is the engine is turned on. We're going to get up here on the highway and you can see it. I have a GoPro on the dash here, the best I can here. Hopefully you can see it real well. You're going to see on that left side is a meter. I love how this works. You're going to see power with percentage, 0, 50, 100. That's your gas. That is your motor, or your engine, I should say. You'll be able to see when that's being used. Right now it's at 0, so it is kind of on a little bit. it's not down into the little the battery. So on the left side, you're going to see that battery meter. It's going to go down. So as we regenerate, you're going to see that go to the left side over there. And then as we drive and go up on the highway, it's going to go up to the other side, and you're going to see that. So let me get my seatbelt on and let's get going here. And yeah, so you can kind of see that. Try not to get the microphone all messed up. All right. Here we go. We're actually in the back part of the parking lot, so we're going to have to run through the parking lot. And this is another area where you're going to see the traction motor, or the electric motor, I should say, being utilized the most is at these slow speeds in town, that kind of stuff. Stop and go, where you're regenerating with that. So you know that regenerative braking, that's you do that well. That's where you're going to really be able to restore back in a lot of that energy you're going to lose in other situations. So as we brake longer, you're going to see it store up more power. And what I really like about these vehicles is it gives you a coach. Okay, I got a big, there we go, big truck in front of us. So when you stop completely, it'll actually give you a score. So that's what's really cool. So you can kind of see how well that you do on that. So we're going to get up here as soon as we get this up here. We're going to first go on the highway so you can kind of see, but again, like I like to say, the gas engine really helps move the vehicle, use the electric motor to keep it moving is what I like to say, and to help, you know, regenerative braking to brake that. Okay, they're going left, so we're going to do highway first since they're going left. And then we'll get into some city driving. But I kind of want to show you this because one of the things you'll see is on whether it be a gas or a hybrid vehicle, the highway mileage is about the same, because the hybrid isn't really used much on highway driving. It's going to be used some, because it will be better driving on the highway with a hybrid than a gas, definitely. So you will see it being utilized more and get you better fuel economy than the gas will on the highway, but not by much. Where you're going to see the big difference is if you're a commuter, if you do a lot of in-town driving, a lot of stop and go, that's where you're going to see that hybrid be very useful in your driving. So that's like, I like to tell a lot of people that if you do a lot of highway driving, very little in-town driving, just go with the gas, because you're not going to see the savings. You're not going to see the huge difference. But if you're commuting a lot, that's where that hybrid comes in. And you know, if you do highway driving, go ahead and get the hybrid, because it will actually be better, a little bit better. But just again, it's just really up to your preference and what you like. Now, what I'm really impressed with is on these hybrids, you can see that engine's being utilized. It's up to 50 on the power right there. As we get up to speed, where you can see the speed is, this is a 70, Kansas, we're 75 miles an hour on the highway. We're not going to go that fast today. I'll just kind of cruise along at 70, but you can see as we're driving 70 miles an hour, we're still using gasoline engine there. We're running out of gas. So we got to regenerate really well here. So this is a brand new vehicle, so it didn't come with any gas from Ford. You can see 26 miles there, and they gave us no gas. So we're actually going to jump off, but you can see there, as I let go of that gas, I am not pushing the brake right now, but we are regenerating some power. So that is where, when you let go of the gas, you're going to start using that regenerative to give you and gain you some power to be stored in that lithium ion battery there. And you can see we're braking. You can see there, I didn't brake very well. Not going to be a good score. 82%, so not very good. So you do have that EV brake coach. I love that, because it tells me how good did I do, which I didn't do very good. We're going to get stopped here. There we go. And then again, as we take off, I'm going to let that gasoline engine kind of get into going and help me power the vehicle. You can see that there, but then when I get to a certain speed, I can let off that accelerator. You can see the battery meter coming down, and then I can press it, and I'm using only electric right there. So that's what I like to do. I do want you guys, some of you guys down there, you've been using this a lot longer than me, and more often than I do. I had a Fusion hybrid that worked a lot like this. Put those comments down below. What are some of the best tips that you have for hybrid driving and getting the best fuel economy out of your hybrid motor? Put those tips down below for everybody to be able to check out. And those watching the video, look at the comments. Check those comments down below and see, hey, we've already caught up with that trailer right there. That's kind of funny. Oh, you guys may not be able to see that because you look at the dash. But So there we go. And of course, this not much of a brake here, but 100%, because the reason I got 100% was that I was braking for a long period of time and slowly, so not a real jerky and stop there. And now right here, we're just using the electric motor because we're not going very fast because the cars in front of us aren't going fast. But then now that gas is kicking in, you can see that meter over there coming up, kicking in for us. And then when we get up to speed, we're at 30. I'm going to go ahead and let off the accelerator a little bit. It kicks that engine off. And then now I can kind of go, you can keep it at that 0 and keep that 30 miles an hour consistently through here, and just use an electric motor right here. And that's where this hybrid is going to come into play. Now it will tell us I should actually stop and start it back up, because every trip you can actually have it tell you how you did on that trip. And we did have it running, sitting there for a long time, setting up the GoPros here. So this score probably isn't going to be the best when we're done, because we had it running. The gas motor did probably have to turn on a little bit. But as you can see, we're going 40. This is 4 mile an hour zone here. And it's kind of kicking back and forth as I let go of the accelerator into that energy level over there, and using the completely electric motor there instead of the engine, which is the goal. In town, again, this is where you see the 42 plus miles per gallon being utilized. And got a green light, so we're going to brake a little bit here. We can regenerate here. Gen. There we go. It didn't give us a score because we didn't come to a complete stop. But that's kind of how this all works together. So if you're at a stop and you notice my engine's not running, that's typical. That's expected. Don't worry about that. That's a good thing, because it's only using that. Now I had to brake abruptly because of the red light. Let's see what we kind of get for a score here. 85. So I'm doing a pretty bad job of braking here. Some situations you don't have that opportunity to brake for a long period of time before you come to a complete stop. That's where you get that 100%. So again, using regenerative braking to brake the vehicle, you get up to speed using that gas motor, or gas engine I should say, and then let the electric motor kind of keep you cruising along. And in some situations where maybe you're slowing down a little bit but you're not coming to complete stop, then that's where you're going to see some of that meter go over to the battery level over there, where you're regenerating some of that back. There's another Maverick just went by. Anyway, so there we go. That's kind of what I want to go over. I'll head back to the dealership here, but overall, it's really what I love about the hybrid motors and the hybrid technology here on the Ford vehicles is there's nothing you need to change about the way you drive if you want to. If you want to get better fuel economy, there's just a couple tips. People will leave them down below in the comments that will help you get the best fuel economy out of your vehicle if you want to go to get the best fuel economy. But all in all, you can drive it like a regular vehicle and just see the gas savings that you're going to have, because the hybrid is using it when it needs to. So it's going to try to go as much as it can using just that electric motor, but the gas engine there is there to help propel the vehicle, to help power up if you're out of battery. So when you have 1.1 kilowatt of lithium ion that's completely gone, then it's going to need something to power it. The gas turns on in some situations. So that's why you might be asking yourself, why is it in some situations I'm at a stop, I don't hear the engine at all, but sometimes the engine just turns on me? Well, if you have the AC running, right, and maybe you didn't do as good of a job of regenerating back, at that stop, one thing that you'll find is you're going to find that the gas needing to power that lithium ion battery or store up the energy, and that's when that gas engine is going to need to turn on. So we see that a lot with F-150 hybrids when they're powering devices using the ProPower on board. We see that a lot where that engine is being used just to kind of get the battery charged up, and then it's going to shut it off. And then when the battery gets low, it needs to store more energy back in. So what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and turn the gas engine on to go ahead and power that back up a little bit, so to where it needs to before it shuts it back off. So, all right. I think that's all I have for this video. Very short video. We should hopefully have some information on 2025 Maverick soon. So looking forward to that. And in the meantime, give me some other ideas, things that you're curious on and you've always wondered about your Ford Maverick, whether it be a gas, hybrid, whatever it might be. throw those down in the comments so we can come up with some more of Maverick Monday videos. Yeah, until then, hope you guys check out the live stream this week. We're actually going to talk, when you talk about hybrid, I like to say the hybrid is the very stepping stone, the very basic phase one, in a sense, of electrified vehicles. We're going to talk about Ford's Model E and how it's gone away. It was such a big deal, and now Ford's not doing it. They're ditching that Model E platform altogether. We're going to talk about that tomorrow night. So come on over to the live stream, 7 p.m. Central on Tuesday night on this YouTube channel right here. If you can't make that, hope you catch one of our other videos this week. And until then, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in that next video. I got to get back to the dealership. Let's see how well I do getting back.